Warning signs that I saw very early on in my relationship were signs of control, demanding that I check in really frequently, giving personal access to all of my email accounts, my cell phone, answering a lot of specific questions about conversations I was having in email or in text message, and being prompted for proof that I was where I said I was going to be. I would leave work, and my ex-husband would be parked in one of the neighboring parking lots by my office to make sure that I was leaving work and that I hadn't left work to go out with anyone, but then also to make sure that I was in my car alone. There were instances where I would be out with friends or family, and he would demand that I stop right there and take a picture of where I was at and who I was with and text it to him. He would call the cell phone company and ask for records to be sent to him, and then he would log in online and get cell phone records and start calling numbers that he didn't recognize. So when I decided to separate from my ex-husband, it initially began with me having him arrested. We had a really bad incident a couple of nights before. I had bruises all over my face. They arrested him and took him into custody. He was held for a couple of days. When he was released, we went straight up to the courthouse and got a year-long protective order, but it didn't stop him. I would leave the house in the morning and see his truck parked down the street. He was watching to see if I was coming and going. He called the security company and had me locked out of my house using the punch pad on the front door. He stabbed all 4 of the tires on my car. He keyed my car from front to back on both sides. He broke my car window. Eventually, it did catch up with him. Every violation resulted in him being arrested, and ultimately he ended up on probation before he finally stopped. So it was a long process. People expect to get a protective order and that solves their problems. It oftentimes doesn't solve their problems. It sets boundaries and it gives you an ability to hold someone accountable. But it's often just the beginning. It would have been really important that knowing that people saw the signs, people knew something wasn't right. Very few people said anything. And the people that did say something is, why don't you leave him? What's wrong with you? You need to find some help. Oh, I feel sorry for you. Where was the support to say, hey, I can help you get away? Even if you need someone to talk to vent to, fine. But I needed someone to step in and say, if you leave him, I will be there. I will help you. I had 3 children. I was fearful of how I was going to pay for full-time daycare for my youngest, after-school care for my middle child, how I was going to continue to provide for all of them. And when I finally did leave, the help was there. It wasn't easy, and I had to make sacrifices, and I had to really, really humble myself and ask for a lot of help. But people were there, and I just needed to know that they were there. And so a lot of times people want to help and they want to get involved, but they feel like it's not their place. It is their place. It is everyone's place to step in and help someone that they know needs help. Looking back on the separation, I was really afraid that I was going to have issues at work. I didn't. I can't say that in everyone's situation, but my company, because I was open and communicated to them my current issue, they were 100% supportive. They worked around my hours. They offered employee assistance for counseling that I needed. My company, being so supportive of it, gave me the strength to focus on the things that I needed to focus on, my children. I was able to follow a career path at my company. I got several promotions. My income continued to rise because I was even more motivated than I had ever been. There was nothing holding me back at that point. So I was at my company for several years. I got many great opportunities, and I took that experience to another company where I make great money. I get lots of training opportunity. My children are very well-rounded and extremely happy. And I'm at a point in my life where no one slows me down, no one holds me back. I don't rely on a partner in a relationship. I rely on myself, and I'm really happy like that. And that doesn't mean that I don't want a relationship with anyone. I'm in a relationship now and very happy, but it's on my terms. And it'll always be on my terms, and I'll never look back. I'm extremely happy.
Lovely.
Thank you.